And that I did get fixed. I have other issues with my car, but it's old, so it's always going to have some sort of issues. I did get the alternator replaced today. And what's funny is, as I pulled my car into the shop this morning, the battery was dying. As like the all of my instruments were like shutting off and turning back on. So like I basically ran out the battery to get it to the shop this morning, but they were able to replace out the alternator, and it seems like everything is good to go. The mechanics also like, you should just actually take that battery back to the shop, to the like AutoZone or whatever, and exchange it out since it died. Just tell them that it was a bad battery. I've gotten bad batteries before. You should just do that. And I was like, okay, I'll probably go and do that if I can just for free swap out a battery and have a battery that hasn't died from being totally drained. You have good news and bad news. Let's hear it, Johnny. Give me the bad news first. What's the bad news? I also last night I added some of these mods that people told me about. Looks like there's some updates for them, and I don't know how to update, so I don't want to do that right now. So precise node, and I think there was one more that it says needed an update. Your battery died not too long ago, about 2 weeks ago. Had to spend 4 hours trying to figure out how to change a battery for the first time in your life. Well, when I changed out my battery, the guy at O'Reilly Auto Parts actually did it for me, so that was super nice. But he was the one who told me my alternator was bad. He was like, "I'll sell you one. It's $250." That's why I actually didn't do that then. I actually found one on Amazon for like 80 something, and then I found a mechanic who replaced it for 100. So I basically got it swapped out for less than they were going to charge me for the part itself. So just hope the alternator works well. When the mechanic said it all went in fine, it seems like it's charging the battery fine. So hopefully I'm all set for my car being good for another at least little while. But oh man, car stuff is always a pain to deal with, that's for sure. Car stuff always a pain and expensive. Not only a pain, but expensive as well. Still waiting for this good news and bad news, Johnny. What is it? You got to tell me. All right. So let me show you, for those who missed last night, let me show you what I was working on. I'm not going to do anything with it, but I want to show you my improved walker I was working on. Mech Jeb Mark II. This is what we were working on last night. I put more hinges. We actually put it on a thing that was kind of suspending it so we could see how the legs were moving. I was messing around with action groups for activating the different hinges and stuff. So just figuring out the angles and everything was crazy. It was pretty fun, but I still haven't got it to walk. So you're out working, got a little busy. No problem. Hey, what's up, Kenny? Your radio won't turn off and keep draining the battery. Took 2 weeks to realize that the radio was the problem. KSP and Kenny's sad. Sucks to be you, Kenny. I'm happy. I enjoy playing this game. We'll be playing FTL tomorrow, and you can talk crap about my FTL playing tomorrow. Besides, Kenny, you would want me to play something ridiculous like My Summer Car or something. You know what? I actually I talked to a guy as I was Uber or lifting a couple weeks back, who his hobby is actually fixing up and racing his car, and he actually knew about My Summer Car and played it, and that's actually what got him thinking about doing real life car racing. So he actually was inspired by My Summer Car to buy a car and fix it up and get it to start racing. So I thought that was kind of funny. Typed it out a moment ago, but I have to scroll up to read it. Oh, did I miss it? Did I miss it? Bad news is that Robotics kind of complex. Good news is that should be able to walk you through the basics after watching tutorial. Oh, cool. Well, cool. Yeah. The one thing I wasn't able to figure out, Johnny, was I was trying to actually have on my legs that are kind of like this. I wanted to actually have a piston going from one leg to the other. And I messed with that for a good 30, 45 minutes yesterday. It doesn't seem like you can get a piston to connect to two other things that are already connected to something else. Or at least I couldn't figure it out. So maybe you'll have to give me some basics of it. I have figured out some of the basics of the hinges. Figuring out their angles and stuff like that. So I'm getting an idea of how they work and stuff. So battery in my car drained too much time, had to be replaced. Yeah. Well, I replaced my battery, but Use my alternator. That was bad. So is there anything I can buy other than aerodynamic stuff? I wonder if it'd actually be worth. A lot of this is airplane stuff. I might want to build a space plane at some point, so maybe it'd be worth getting these things. I'm actually going to get that. Supersonic flight, some more wings and stuff. Probably worth getting this stuff. I'm probably going to eventually get everything. Oh, I don't have no science for that. Planes, I know. Actual planes. They're super hard to fly. However, with those rotors or whatever that's in the new stuff we unlocked, apparently you can build helicopters. That sounds amazing. More than a plane, I'd like to build a helicopter. But let's do some missions today. I've been getting sidetracked by a bunch of stuff. Let's do some missions. So I got orbital spacewalk for near Ike. Put a satellite in orbit around Ike. Science data from around Ike. And then landing on Ike to plant a flag on Ike. And transmitter recover scientific data from the surface of Ike. So lots of different stuff for Ike is what I have. Pro tip, upgrade the runway right now since level 1 runway is uneven and bumpy. I thought I have upgraded it. Have I updated it? I haven't. All right. I'll update it or upgrade it. There we go. Now it's not dirt. I have all this money. No reason not to. That's fully upgraded. That's fully upgraded. I should upgrade that. Let's upgrade that guy. Let's just upgrade all the things. That's fully upgraded. Unlimited active curballs. Yeah, let's upgrade that too. Spaceplane hangar. Unlimited parts. I'm just going to do all these upgrades because I have all this money. Unlimited maximum contracts. All right, we're almost fully upgraded here. I wonder if that's everything fully upgraded now. Administration building. I don't even know what strategies are, but sure. Try to plant the flag. You can do all the missions with that. Yeah, well, the thing is, I probably will try to do... I always try to do all the missions at the same time. I feel like I sometimes do too many missions at once because that means I'm going to have to get a satellite in orbit around Ike, also do a landing, plant a flag, do scientific data, leave, and get home. So, but, you know, I love making these complex builds, so that's probably what we're going to do here. What the what? I thought you had to get your car fixed today. Von Roland? I did. I went to the car place. I got there like before 8 o'clock this morning, and it took them less than 2 hours to get it done. So, surprised me as well. So I got home plenty of time to actually get our stream going today. Strategy is turn one resource into another. Turn extra money into science, or science into reputation, or money to higher recover value. Oh, that's cool. I'd like to probably turn money into science eventually if I can do that. I don't know how to do those things. Maybe I have to go to that administration building. Okay, so do I want to do a completely new thing for this? I basically just need, you know what? I probably don't want to put a whole science station on Ike. I got 3. I got a Minmus, I got an orbital science station, and I got a Duna science station. I feel like I don't have to get a new science station on Ike. All I have to do is go down there, get some science, and then transmit it, and that will do this quest, I think. Transmit or recover. I could even just recover science data from the surface of Ike, and it's done. Okay. That's the admin's building job. Well, let's go look at that then. Because I would rather have research than money, because I'm pretty sure... I'm pretty much fully upgraded now, I think. Let's see here. So, oh my god, I'd never done this. Fundraising campaign. 5% reputation gains yields 1,015 funds for each 1 unit of reputation. 1 science for each reputation. Yields 1 science for each amount of funds. And this turns science into funds. Reputation to funds. Takes science and gives you reputation. So basically you're just changing one to the other. This one, +% to science, funds, and reputation to milestone gains. Minus from reputation, from contract gains. I think I'm just going to do this. Oh, and I can change it. No, it's this one. I want to take away funds. Okay. What if I took 50% of my income and turned it into science? Is that how that works? Yeah. Let's take 50% of my income, turn it into science, because I have more money than I need, and I can still have more science. I swear getting these things exactly where you want them is a... Freaking sliders are not very good in this game. It can't be modified once activated. Okay. All right. Cool. I apparently I could do multiples of these. Plus 5% to minimum vessel recovery, minus % from maximum vessel recovery, minus percentage of funds off on launch costs, plus reputation on each discount. So I would lose reputation and gain science. I think I want that too. Take 50% of my reputation, give it to science. Just get extra science here. Hey, what's up, Pie Boy? We are streaming. We got our car fixed way faster than I thought was going to happen, so that's lovely. Beware the setup cost. Okay. All right, I'm just going to have a couple of those things go. I've never used those before. All right. So I need a satellite, and I need a lander, and then a thing to get home. So the thing to get home, I have a sub-assembly for that worked really well for us. Nuclear return engine. Yeah, this guy worked really well for us. Oh, wait, I should have a command module first. All these round, goofy-looking pods. Mark II command pod. Mark 1-3. Is this a new one? Twin-seater for when single Kerbals feel too lonely. How's this one compared to the Mark III? I guess it's just a 2-seater instead of a 3-seater. Am I going to want... I'll probably want an engineer, a scientist, and a pilot. So we'll go with the Mark III. The Mark III is nice. Was the mechanic a Kerbal? I don't know if I trust a Kerbal to fix a car. It's not as simple as rockets. Make a docking module for the station in Minmus so you don't have to use the buggy claw. Docking module for the station in Minmus. I'm not working on the station in Minmus right now, Moonho. I actually want to do this mission without having to go refuel. So I'm going to plan on not refueling at Minmus. If I can do this without having to refuel, because I pretty much took all the fuel from my previous build. So I just want to make this lighter and have more DV and not have to stop at Minmus. Claws are the easy way to dock? Well, that's what we've been doing, Maluxel. Although you say that, and we couldn't dock with a little tiny cockpit thing yesterday because it was just too small. So it's not like a fail-safe, I wouldn't say. All right. So I think now we'll get that sub-assembly, which has the heat shield on it. What I was missing before, though, I didn't have a satellite or solar panels on this. So I kind of want to add satellite and solar panels on this if I can. Yeah, the satellite did, or the ship did start shaking when we used the claw. But I don't know if that's a claw issue or something else. Okay, let's see here. Science. No. Communication. Is that going to go through? That is going to go through. What if I put you on here? Does that go through? Okay, that works. And when that expands... Okay. That should hopefully allow me to transmit back to... do I need to receive for this thing? Do I need a relay, or is this fine? I think this is fine, because we're just going to be transmitting data from us to something else. You'll get the shake sometimes when using the claw too much. It's a lot of power to handle. Hey, what's up, Imzas? How are you doing? Unlimited power. All right, so I'm going to get solar panels on this thing, just so I'm not reliant on my nuclear engine to so give me electricity, basically. Okay, so what do those look like when I extend them? Yeah, that should work. This thing will shoot out the back. We'll have some solar panels. Let's get one more. And make this not... Yeah, just make it like that. No, that's not the one I wanted. I want the 1x6. Beautiful. And apparently there's now, with MechJeb, there should be a button that just activates all solar panels, although I probably want to be careful about that now, but... Is September meant to apply to gift subs? When you gift subs, September does not apply, but if you are renewing a gifted sub, I think it does apply, Pieboy. If I read that correctly. So the game is the canonical version of what NASA was like during the space race, right? I don't know about that, Broken Arrow. This game is fictional because it's, you know, little green dudes. Little green men. I want an engineer and a scientist. So I'm going to need to get another scientist, I think. How do I move this thing? Can I move this? This is just sitting here in the way. How do I move this guy? Unlock, position and size. Move this over. It's over here for now. Well, that's going to be behind my head. God. Oh, there's MechJeb. Okay. Kerbals are much safer than NASA was. NASA was run by little green men who made rockets up things found on the side of the road and from rubbish dumps. Canonical part facts. Okay. That's sad. Half-price gift subs would be right up my alley. I know. I feel like they've done that in the past, but they probably lose a lot of money by doing that. Hashtag not enough scientists. Yeah, I need to get another scientist. I'll remember to do that before we leave here. So this is going to be Ike, Satellite, and Lander. So this thing we need to land on Ike and then get back home. So let's build a thing that will be a lander. Do we I wonder if I could just use the atomic rocket as my lander engine. I might be able to do that. The Russians had a real life Kerbal and fired a nuke powered rocket a few weeks ago. Like true Kerbals that exploded. Oh. Fired a nuke powered rocket and exploded? So kind of like this atomic rocket motor we're using, huh? I'm trying to decide if I want to have all this fairing stuff. This is going to be more than enough to get us back home, so I could possibly make this my lander. Atomic rockets have very low TWR. Oh, would it have a hard time? Well, Ike has like no gravity, right? So I feel like if I use that, I could still get off Ike with it. Atomic rocket is too tall engine-wise for landing gear to actually be of use, so it's a bad lander. Okay. Well, then we'll put something below this that'll be a lander. Let's use a we have all these extra fuel tanks now. Is this a big giant one? No, that's a small one. So if we just use the puddle or the poodle. The poodle. Oh, we have some new rockets too. The Kodiak. The bear of an engine. Quas-nozzle beats come with multiple cowling options. No gimbal. Don't forget those verniers. I don't know what that is. Okay. Do I have a station around Duna? I do. Yes. I do have a station around Duna now. It's pretty much out of DV though. I kind of want to make this wider so that it's more stable. So I might do a 4 times fuel tank thing around this for landing. You can use hinges and pistons for landing. Oh yeah, we should make use of that. No gimbal means that the engine doesn't tilt to control your orientation. Right, right. Okay, so how could we use our new robotics stuff? I wonder if I could put... You wanna walk me through something with hinges and pistons, Johnny, for a lander thing? What would be like a simple lander thing? Use some structural beams as landing gear that hinge down when landing. Is that better than actual landing gear? Structural beams that hinge down when landing. Like... Depends on the structural beam's impact tolerance. With the robot stuff, you can have rovers on extended arms and stuff, so not have to worry about flying out of the ships. Yeah, I'm not doing any rovers yet. Even though I am landing on Ike, I guess maybe I could do rover. I don't want to get too complex. All I need to do is get science and get back. From what I've heard, Ike is not a very impressive planet to go, or moon to go explore. Normal landing gear can withstand about 10 to 14 ms without destroying. Do you know the quote, if you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail? It is, you know, what I can use the robotics. Okay. You don't know what structural beams are? You don't know what they are? Oh, you don't know what they're... what they can withstand? Like I-beams, tolerance, 80 ms impact. So I guess that's a much higher tolerance. 80 ms compared to 10 ms, 12 ms. I usually use the 12 ms ones. Okay, Budenho, you're just gonna have to... you're gonna have to check your sentences before you press enter, because I have no idea what you just said. All right, so let's see what kind of structural landing gear we can make from this thing. How would we do this? How would we do this? Let me have these things be extended. So I think probably 40... what is 180 minus 45? 90 plus 45 would be 135 degrees. So our max extension out to there, maybe. Yeah, something like that. Okay. All right, so that's what they would look like extended. Now, what kind of structural beams would we want to put on there to make this a stable landing gear setup? I could maybe even have pistons so it moves further out, so we have a wider base. I wonder if that would be worth it too. Use some pistons to give us some wider base for giving us a better landing area. Let's move these down a bit so it's below that actual thing there. So trying to figure out what we want to put on these pistons for landing gear. I assume some sort of beams. Sideways beams or something to be like a tripod type of thing or something. What's that? This will really look better for landing gear? Oh my god. I don't know about this. Something like that. You'd use the other hinges? What do you mean the other hinges? Are you talking about these the hinges like I was using on my robot? That just looks like a ghetto set of landing gear. Never use this landing gear since I don't have the hinges, but I'm legally holding no responsibility if you crash horribly. So what's the bigger version of these guys? Kind of odd that rigid parts have such a high tolerance compared to proper gear. I know, right? So I feel like you're saying I should use something like this. Kerbal Vein Program. What's up, Dark Dragon? How are you doing, sir? Okay. This is even not as long. These things look huge when I'm trying to build a, not a lander, but a mech, but they look tiny when compared to a rocket. Have we even checked if normal landing gear even does the job? You think it will? Oh, I think it will too. But I've been wanting to play with these robots, so... So this is just kind of an excuse to play with the robots, actually. Okay. So it'd be put away like, whoops, that's, oh, god damn it. 45, come on. Why can't you just type in numbers? Why is that not a thing? It's so dumb that you have to use sliders. Jesus, man. Okay. Do the robot parts cause drag? You haven't used them yourself? I don't know. Click in the middle of the green bar to set the slider rather than click in the nozzle. I don't know what you're saying there. Okay. Click the number thing. Thank you. Great. I will be using that. Okay, so if I wanted this to be my landing gear, what would I put on the end of this to actually be landing gear? Instead of dragging, you just click in the middle of the bar roughly where you want it. Okay, well, yeah, I'm trying to get an exact number, and that's what the number thing is going to be for, so that's what I'm going to use. All right. What about this? So what do I want to be at the bottom of this to actually be my actual gear itself? What do actual landing gear look like? So we can model it after that. Just kind of a flat bottom with at the end of a piston. So I wonder if we could use a piston at the end of this thing. Like pistons on the side to extend down to be our landing gear or something. Use the small square thing in the top middle of the bill thing. This guy. Do you think this should be the feet? Problem is it's not flat to the ground. I'd have to get a different angle to get these flat. So I might need a hinge to get... what we could do is... hinge that so it's at the correct angle. Maybe. There. Hinge that. And go structural. Like that. And then this guy. We would want the angle to be... which way is it? 45 down that way, so number. Target angle negative 45. Okay. There we go. Something like that. Did y'all hear about KSP2? Yep, absolutely. Following Koala. I've been watching some videos about that. Okay. How much is the tolerance of this? So now here's the issue. You talk about the tolerance of these guys, 80 ms. This is only 7. These little struts on the bottom have less tolerance than just using landing gear. So that's a terrible thing to use at the end of that. That will just blow up. So I need something with higher tolerance. So like one of these panels would be more tolerance. Yeah, actually I think that has more area. That might be better.
Thank you for
just make something like that. Wolfman, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream, my friend. So something like that might work. My other issue is getting this to be low enough. Those look like real landing legs. They do. And they have a much higher tolerance than other landing gear. But again, I don't feel like they're low enough, and I don't want to move this off this thing very much. So I wonder if I can use a piston to extend that down, possibly. What's the tolerance of a piston? 12 ms. What's he building? I'm building landing gear at the moment. Trying to use robotics from the expansion for this. Yeah, this is going to be a lander for Ike. Okay, these cylinders are huge. I'd like to use a cylinder. What I think I'd like to do is use a cylinder to extend something further out. Hey, what's up, Cryo Shakespeare? Been a while since you caught one of these streams. Nice. Tolerance is only 12 ms on the hydraulic cylinder, so man, there's going to be a fail point. What about these guys? It's only 12 ms on the hinges themselves, so if I did this, what would this look like? Would it look ridiculous? We could have them go further out if we wanted to, like that. You could replace the beams for pistons and have them extend out. That's true. That might actually be the right way to do this. And I could use heavier duty or pistons, or they all have the same impact. Okay. Let's try that. Let's stare the structural beams. Let me do this so I can get the ends off I want to keep. Let's put the heaviest duty piston we have. Okay. That's backwards. There. Okay. Now that's some heavy duty landing gear right there. Wait, where did my freaking hell? I got rid of the whatchamacallit, the hinge. That's exactly wrong. It's exactly not how I want this. I don't understand snap points on this game. Snap points seem so terribly designed. Okay, apparently I need to rotate this guy. There. Nope, it still goes the exact opposite way I want it to go. Can I turn it? There. Okay. Okay. Hey, what's up, Tree Hugger? Pretty much just building the same structure as a normal gear, only bigger. That's true. But it should have more tolerance than normal gear. That's kind of the reason why we're doing it. So... Okay, it looks like this will work. And so if this thing extends out... Wow, that's got a long radius. Okay. So you gotta go like, I don't know, 2.0 here. I should test out what's the most stable setup, I guess. How stable do we think that is? You dropped a minus 20 ms on these pistons and went okay? Okay. Well, I feel like the stress is actually going to be mainly on the things we're landing on, so... Those look pretty sturdy. I wonder if I want more than that, but I feel like that's pretty good. That's got a little bit of clipping is the issue. So, I probably need its full extension to not be, or it's a full, that thing's just going to clip through a little bit. Panels have 80 ms tolerance, right, exactly, and that's why we're doing this. Do you think that clipping is going to screw us up? I'm not sure if it will or not. We'll have to make an action group for this, but let's figure out. Okay, so that's set up. You'll think that'll be fine? Okay. Let's figure out how far out we want this to extend. I think it's around 2.0 is what we wanted it to be. Okay. So like that. And then this extension, is this one right? That one's right. Okay. Okay, all right. So let's just test to make sure that this landing gear actually works. This will just support us. Let's just launch it like this and see what it looks like. Save, launch. Unless you're clipping into ejection stage, it generally seems the game doesn't care. Okay, that's good to know. That is good to know. See how stable this is right here. All right, seems pretty good. Okay. Although it seems like it's pretty heavy, so I think maybe I needed to lock these. Fairing and solar panels not friendly to each other. Okay. Let me revert and put those on locked and see what that does. I messed with lock before, or raising the damper, you think? Let's have it locked and raise the damping to 200 and see if that changes it. This is one of the things I was kind of messing with our walker yesterday, was figuring out what, kind of messing with the locking and the damper and all that kind of stuff. Hey, Tree Hugger, continue your gift sub. Thank you so much for your continued randomness. That is super generous of you. Okay. It's still slowly going down. And that's with it damped and locked. So, I am afraid that this is just too heavy for the thing. Heard that people say the robotic parts have pretty low damper force. I mean, on lower gravity, this might be fine, but I'm a little worried that it can't even hold this up. I know I won't weigh as much, but still, if these don't work, why am I not just using the heavier duty landing gear that are available? I mean, I know we just want to use the robotic stuff, but I mean, compare that to the LT2 landing strut. Let's see how these compare. Wow, they're like double the size because it's the Kerbal way. Well, this does give me a much wider base, so I feel like it adds a lot of possibility for stability. I think I'm going to go with it. Let's go with it. So let's make an action group for this. So action group is going to be, I want to hit 1 and actually let's have this, we need to have this back in its unextended state. So we want to go like this. Damn it, that's not what I want to do. I think I have to turn off locked. Start like this. Start like this. And start like this. You may want the damper to be set lower. You never really want damping at 100%. So you think damping lower, like 50%? I don't know what damping really does, so okay, I'll take your word for it. All right, so the action group, we want this to go like this. We want to have it so what I was doing toggle motor engaged. Was I doing my action groups wrong? So so right now the thing is engaged. I think I want to just change my target angle. Damping reduces the force affected on a part by the percentage you set. Reduce the force affected. Okay. If I want this thing to move, what action do I want it to take? Toggle hinge, is that what I want? Oh, set maximum angle, is that what I want to do? You are very easygoing, Rand. I like that. Some people are like, shut up and watch, peasants. Well, I know that a lot of people know more than me. I think I want it to set maximum angle, I think is what I want it to do. I think that's what I want it to do. Set it on gear group. I'm not going to do that because I might have multiple gear or something. I'll just have this on its own thing here. So we're going to have that, do that. This guy, I want to extend piston. This guy, I want to, I think, set maximum angle. You think target angle is the way to go? Okay. So, save, launch. It might fall over, but I want to just hit 1 and see what happens. What I could do is I could suspend this thing like I did with our walker to test this as well. This is probably going to be like the Kerbal way and explode stuff. Here we go. 1. Extend. Okay, so it didn't set to maximum angle. It didn't do that. Oh, it is doing it. It's just really slow. Okay, so it blew up. It does it in a weird order. I don't know. It did it almost in opposite order here. Okay. Okay, well, it seemed like it kind of did what I wanted it to do. Let me suspend this thing so we can actually see what's happening here. There, I want to get this out of the way of the gear, and let's see what this does. Using target angle is much stronger, I believe, than trying to control with maximum and minimum angle from reading online. I have set the target angle already, Cryo Shakespeare. I set, unless you're talking about a different action group selection that I could use. Okay, let's see what this does. 1. It extends. Okay, this time it didn't actually go out. So it only did the extension. Okay, so set target angle. What's also weird is when I right click on this, it's acting like, is it because my motor's disengaged? It's turning off my motor. That's weird. Here we go. I said I was just going to do missions, and here I am just playing around with robotic stuff. Motor is engaged. Motorized, yes. Why is it turning off my motor? Action. Custom. Set minimum angle. I thought I wanted set maximum angle. Did it change what I told it to do? I want to set maximum angle. I feel like it changed it. I feel like Kerbal Space Program is being stupid again. Extend piston. Set maximum angle. That's what I want it to do right there. Save. Let's see what that does. It almost feels like when it changes out your Kerbals when you don't tell it to, or well, it takes your Kerbals out. It's almost like it changed my action group or something when it exploded. I think you set max angle, and now it's set to 9 degrees as that's max angle. Shouldn't be. 1. That's perfect, except these guys. Oh, there they go. Why the delay? Oh, because I have no electric charge. Okay. So this is using a bunch of electric charge. So I'm guessing this is going to flip when I have enough electric charge. Okay, so this looks like this is right. If I put a battery on this thing, it would actually probably work, I think. How much charge does it take? 20? That must be why the motor wasn't engaged, because it was out of battery. Let me just wait and make sure that this extends eventually when it gets enough power. It keeps running. Something keeps using it. Pretty sure you don't need as much torque in the pistons. You mean force limit this thing? Okay, this is pretty much working. I didn't realize how much power this was going to take. So if I put those on 50% torque, you think that'll be enough? The motors, the parts are not locked. They're using power to stay where they are. Well, when I do locked, I don't understand quite how that works. If I turn everything on locked, do you think that'll make it so that they won't use power once they're in place? Go down to 50% torque here. Looks like I should add a battery as well to help with this. Let me, if I put a electrical. Can I fit this somewhere? Sure. Why just put that there? A really big battery. Okay. You'll need to unlock them, move them, then relock them in stages. Ah, that's annoying. Okay. So I don't want them to be locked initially. Okay, so once they're in place, I can lock them, though. Let's see if the action group works now that I have the battery. This is like programming robots in real life, yeah. Hey, from Germany. What's up, Drayla? How are you doing? All right, let's look at our power as we do this. Electric charge is already going down, I assume from the pistons. Okay. These guys are not going. I feel like my action group keeps getting changed. Why aren't you doing your thing? Let's see if I lock these guys. Will they all lock together? They are. If I lock this, does my power stop going down as much? Almost asleep early today? Okay. So I don't know why this is not extending. It looks like it's trying, because you can see electric charge going into it. I don't know. Lock and disengage the motors. Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea. So lock, disengage motor, disengage motor. But why aren't you going? I disengaged the motor and it worked. Thanks, Draylo. I had to actually disengage the motor and it worked. When I engaged the motor... Isn't that backwards? And I can't lock this thing for whatever reason. Okay, well, what if I change the action group to engage motor for that? Maybe that'll just fix it. This is using so much energy just for these things. And I'm going to want a second action group to like redo. I really should probably just use regular things, regular landing gear than this. Oh man, okay. But I want to figure out robots, so we're going to play with this a little bit longer. So action group. What did I do? I toggle motor engaged. I did that. So if I want to bring my gear back up, just move everything around with tiny stage rockets. That'll be simple. So I want to set minimum angle, retract piston, kind of opposite everything here. So I want to, whoops, I want to do this. Nope. What are you doing? Custom 2. Yes. Set minimum angle. I want to retract piston. I want to toggle motor engaged. I think. If you put docking ports on pistons, do they work? I think so, but I don't know. Saying at the end of a piston, so like if they dock in that, how would they get through the piston? That does seem kind of goofy. I'm crawling through the inside of this piston where all the hydraulics are and everything. All right, let's see if what I just did makes this work. If I hit 1 to extend. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. And then if I hit 2, look at it. Oh, okay. That's pretty badass. Oh, that is actually pretty insane. Smooth as robotic butter. We haven't even got to the controller yet. Yeah, I think I'm not going to use the controller. I think if this works, I'm just going to go with this. The magic amusement of launch pad testing. Okay. So that is our landing gear, and it takes like a pretty decent chunk of electric charge. I need to make sure I have enough solar panels on this thing. Maybe I'll do extra solar panels. Now, the thing is, I don't know that I have enough fuel for landing and getting off of Duna for this little setup. I might want to save this as a subassembly too, so I have kind of the landing gear saved. So let me actually save this little thing as a subassembly. So this is landing gear engine. Tested on its own? What do you mean tested on its own? How much? Because how much DV? That's only 250 DV from that. So if I were to put some tanks around this thing, just to give it more DV, how much DV could we get? Because we're going to need to be able to land on Ike and then take off from Ike with this, what we have right here. This is something I feel like we could stage too. So I got to be careful with which tanks I use though, so they don't get in the way of the landing gear. Without the landing clamps? What are you saying? Test what? What am I testing? Oh, are you talking about the controller? I don't want to mess with the controller right now. If I can just make this thing work, this is, I'll say GG for this setup right here. Referred to as drop tanks, I believe. Okay. I need things that have liquid fuel and oxidizers. Are there skinny ones? Or do they all have to be this big giant size? Fuel tank, that actually has an engine attached to it. The legs. Johnny, you're going to have to write full sentences because I have no idea what you're trying to tell me right now. Just no clue what you're trying to say. Okay. Yeah, those things are just way too big. Aren't there smaller things that hold oxidizer? Okay, those guys are a little skinny. These are a little new guys. Think he wants to see if the landing gear can hold you up on Kerbal with the piston and motors locked. Oh. Oh. Okay. Man. Need more things and more words in your sentences for me to understand what you want. Okay. How much DV does this give me? Is this not giving me DV? Is this liquid fuel oxidizer? Huh. Me want funny. Okay. Okay. What? I'll get rid of these guys for now. So if I were to do some sort of okay, well then let's do this. Let me I would have to start these things extended. All right, let's just go with this and turn on the landing gear and see what happens. I think that's what you're trying to tell me to do. The way it took now, the fuel tanks are not feeding. Okay, so I'll need to do staging for it to show or get fuel tanks and get it asparagus staged. Okay. Okay. I mean, I don't know what you wanted me to test. They still work. If it starts this way, it's not gonna land correctly. So, but they still work. But again, the way we're set up, that's why we had to have it floating, because we deploy these before we land, but they work. So, vehicle assembly. Okay, so let's do our asparagus staging on these guys. Aerodynamics. Tiny. Whoa, that is really tiny. Very small. Nope. Okay, what is the size we want? That's too big. That's way too big. Where's the nose cone? This one. This one? What size nose cone fits this thing? How did I get these tanks if I don't have the right size nose cone for this? No, not an intake. What could possibly go wrong? Well, okay. What size is this? That's what she said. Okay. Well played, sir. What? Am I crazy? Is there not a size nose cone for this thing? Do I have to use an adapter to a nose cone? You know what? I have to do these separate if I want to asparagus stage them actually. So I can't have just 4 like this. I need these to be 2 at a time actually. Okay. So we're going to do 2. Which means I have to have these guys 2 at a time. Ah, it's so annoying. Two. And that's the wrong thing. And 2. There we go. Those fuel tanks are weird. They are weird. This is the first time I've used them. I think I unlocked them recently, so I don't know what why their sizes seem so funky. FLTX 1800. I don't know if these were added with the expansion stuff that Johnny gave me or what. Theoretically, you could put a buildable fairing on top of them. Well, I think. Wait a second. Why aren't you doing 2? Am I crazy? What's happening? Am I not seeing there be 2 down here? Why is it putting 1? What are you doing? Why are you putting 1? You normally do it 4 times symmetry, then remove them from symmetry and set up the pipes and whatnot manually. Okay, I guess I'm gonna do that because it does not want to give me the symmetry I want. So whatever. Okay. 4. There we go. 4 of those guys. Excuse me. 4 of those guys. And then we'll just have to remove from symmetry. Have to just do it the stupid, annoying way because the UI in this game is so bad. Is that on there right? Okay, that looks right. Happy to see your car is working. Thanks, Zagtog. Me too. Me too. Alright. Let's go into the fairing a little bit. I feel like the closer it is to our ship, though, it's actually better because it's more aerodynamic. So what I think I have to do, actually, here is... Yeah. We have to do that. Just give fuel. This actually has a little bit of fuel in it, so I'm not terribly upset that we have to do that, so that's fine. We do that, and then we do a small nose cone. There should be one that fits. Oh my god. Is there really not going to be a nose cone that fits this? Okay. Okay. These look like frickin' missiles, but I think that's aerodynamic. Very much recommend the editor extensions Redux mod. Nice quality of life improvements. Okay, another mod I need to add then. Okay. Oh my god, those look like really weird shaped crayons going on because I couldn't find better nose cones. Yeah, we'll just go with that, I guess. You know you're statistically more likely to get killed by stairs than an elevator. Nice, Destroyer. I did not know that. Alright, so let's do our fuel tank thing here. Get it so that it'll be staged right and actually tell us how much DV we're getting going here. So we need things going from here So now I need to remove from symmetry, actually, for us to do this, to set this up. So remove from symmetry. Remove from symmetry. Remove from symmetry. Are you already removed from symmetry? Why does it not give me the option for that? Okay, there, whatever. Okay. There's another mod to add. Okay, so editor extensions Redux. Hey, if it makes my quality of life better, I'm all for that. I like having a better quality of life. Okay, so let's go. So we would go from this guy into this guy. And then from this guy. Why the hell would you do symmetry there? This guy to this guy. Let's make it so it's not going through itself, hopefully. There. Damn it. Why did you do that? Okay, that's what I wanted. Okay. Okay, that should be right. Add the Kerbo Wind mod and become the Dragonborn and save Vanderfell from the gnomes. Okay. Allows you to directly edit part coordinates and angles. Interesting. Amount of failsafes and elevators is crazy, but on stairs you can just trip and break your neck. Okay. Yeah, sounds about right. Okay, so well, I need rockets to shoot this thing off of here. Probably not, hopefully. So let's do how we want to stage this guy. Okay, so is that working? Are those I feel like this is not getting fuel at all. Oh, there's my engine. Why is it not showing any DV here at all? Let me take off these fuel lines because I feel like that's not adding any DV. When I take away the fuel line, DV shows up here. What? So it's now showing 1674 DV. If I put a fuel line here. Is it now trying to take the fuel from here and go here? Do I have to set flow priority when I do this? Okay, do I need to add couplers in my stages for this? Let's see here. So I need 2 coupling stages. So I need first, the engine needs to be going. And then we are first going to decouple this one and this one. Okay. And the next is going to decouple the next 2. Okay. This DV should be higher in vacuum. Okay. All right. So it's like, okay. That's definitely more DV. Okay. So that should be right. Right? That should be right. Okay. Now I'm curious. I want to make sure that my landing gear can extend through these things, through the fuel lines here. So let me just press this one time. Did you know that if on a flight of stairs a single step is off by 2 millimeters, most people will trip? I believe that, Johnny. You always think of how much more likely I am to die every time I get in a car, yet I get safely demonstration every time I fly. Okay, goes right through them. Okay, cool. All right, so this is our lander. A little different than some of our other landers, but there we go. Vehicle assembly. So I need to be able to do science on this. So if I just do like a single, put like just some little science thing on here, I can get that done. What little? I don't really care about getting a ton of science. So if I just put like a thermometer on this, scanning arm, that's a new thing I could try out. I might put that someplace else though. So if I put a thermometer and a barometer here, it's just what I'm going to do. Thermometer and barometer. This will be science from the surface of Ike. Appropriate science can even just be a surface sample or EVA report. Okay. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. So that is our lander that is going to land on Ike, let us plant a flag, and recover science data from Ike. So I will need to do scientific data from space around Ike, and we need to put a... Crackmore, thank you for the follow. Need to put a unmanned probe around Ike. So the next stage down is going to be the probe that we drop off around Ike. So do I have a sub-assembly for a probe? I bet you I do. Satellite stage. So this right here is just a very basic satellite. Imagine just staging the engines and everything just exploded. That's definitely happened before. I like this, except I don't like this. So, where's whoops, what the hell? So where's my payload? I also got some new service modules, which I don't exactly know how those work. But we'll do this, and what this will do is we'll even put a little extra science stuff in here. Oh, I need to put a coupling there. Is that the right size? Nope, that's the wrong size. 25. There we go. If you ever feel bad about your KSP fails, just look up real-life rocket launch fails, which have some remarkable similarities to KSP. Oh, that's actually pretty scary. Okay, so I need a battery in here, and I need... you know what I didn't put on this thing? I don't have... I should really add a service bay that's got some of the flight help stuff, like the fly-by-wire. I have a reaction wheel for that guy. Mech Jeb. Oh, do I need to be putting Mech Jeb on stuff? I guess I'll put Mech Jeb on here. Not exactly sure what he'll do for me, but that's my first time to use him. Oh, crap. Put Mech Jeb there. Need a battery. I don't need that big of a battery. We'll do the Z1K inside here. One rocket exploded because of an overflow error, but it looks like a KSP launch because it randomly veers off 90 degrees. Oh, man. Oh, that's friggin' scary as hell. All right. The satellite needs to be able to have an accelerometer. Okay, it's got an antenna, can generate power, so I need an accelerometer on here. Is that this guy? Yeah, seismic accelerometer. There, and I'll put mystery goo in here, but I'm not gonna do the not gonna do like the science boy thing. Survey scanner is huge, right? Yeah. You can make a mini satellite, put it in the cargo bay, and use a robot arm to push him to outside the cargo bay. I don't think I want to do that. It's cool, but I don't think I want to do that for this mission. Gravioli. This will be a guy that can get us some extra science, since I think I've got science around. Actually, I think I've gotten a lot of this science from around Ike. So there's no reason to get all this extra stuff. We're not going to be processing it. So we'll just put the minimum stuff we need on there. Accelerometer, maintain stability, can generate power, antenna. Okay, that should be good. That should be everything I need for our Ike satellite. Second time he missed it. What did I miss? Giant robot arm that would fling the probe into space. Rocket just hitting a skyscraper. Okay, I don't know what you're saying I'm missing. Okay, all right. Orbital spacewalk near Ike. That just means EVAing, I'm pretty sure. I don't need to dock with anything. Okay, so I think this is good. Now I just need to build the rest of the rocket that'll get us to Ike. We also need to come home, so I should put parachutes and stuff on this thing. So let's put parachutes. Okay, parachute. Do 2 of those guys. And then do two of those guys. Should be plenty. You can check what science experiments you've done on the R&D. Okay. Well, I know I've done science around Ike. That was one of my first things I did when I went around Duna. Your post before that. Okay, I know. I don't see every single thing on... Every single thing every person says. I'm sorry. I'm not totally keeping up. Okay, so lander... Okay. All right, how much DV are we looking at here? Why the hell are you in the same stage there? $83 ms. Really? Oh, well, I guess that's because that's just this is showing atmospheric or whatever. Did I put a heat shield? Yes, I put a heat shield. There's a heat shield above this battery. But I put one anyway, even if they're not necessary. Okay, so now I need to make sure I can get to Ike. I think I need a transfer stage below this, honestly. I think I need a transfer stage so that I don't have to stop for DV at whatchamacallit, Minmus. So what would be a good... I kind of want to make a sub-assembly for a transfer stage. For some of these, you know, orbit-changing things. Anybody have good ideas for what would be good for a transfer stage? I mean, would it be some sort of nuclear engine setup? Or is this too heavy for a nuclear engine to be good for a transfer stage? Because I know poodles are what I use most of the time for that kind of thing. But now that I have the nuclear engine, is the nuclear engine just going to be my best thing with its 800 vacuum ISP? Nuclear engine is better for heavier craft, so that would make sense for this. Okay. Okay. Is it worth using multiple of these, or should I do a similar setup like this, where I just have a bunch of fuel for the one thing? Because I could just do this same sub-assembly down here for this. You think one is good? Well, so if I just do this, then... If I just do that as my transfer stage. Making a long, skinny rocket again. God. DV, vacuum. Why does it still only say... Oh wait, where is that rocket? Why the hell would you put this up here? Oh my god, staging is so bad in this game. Okay. Pretty much made for transfer stages? Okay, cool. This fairing could go, like, down here. Actually, we probably want to have it before that. I'll probably manually get rid of these fairings anyway, but... Okay, so that'll decouple. Hopefully we'll be around Ike by this point. And we can get in place with this engine that will get the satellite in the orbit it needs to be. Then we decouple from there. And then we land on Ike. Why the hell is that decoupler there? The hell? Oh, I don't need this reaction wheel. This decoupler needs to be before this engine, actually. It only uses liquid fuel without oxidizer. So it's a lot lighter with its DV usage or whatever. Why is it only 632 there? I don't know why it's saying it's such low DV in a vacuum. Is it because of all the weight? Okay, then that guy. Oh, wait, this is definitely not right. Oh, wait, no, that's right. This engine will start. Then we decouple the side guys. As they run out of fuel, we decouple the other two side guys. Hold on a second. Yes, that's right. Okay, that's fine. Just gonna put these together so I get rid of one thing. And then this will be our... Oh god, why is this decoupler way the hell down here? Why am I saying two... Are there two decouplers here? There's a heat shield here. Damn it. We do not need this heat shield. Heat shield is just a bunch of weight we don't need. Okay, there are two decouplers here. That's the issue. Okay, so I can get rid of this decoupler. There we go. Okay. Had extra pieces there. Minus. Okay, so where's this decoupler? It's way the hell up there. So... I mean, that you can put tanks normally meant for planes, but only have liquid fuel, or if you have to use a rocket tank, drain it from the... okay, yeah. Well, and this is a liquid fuselage thing, so yeah, we have that sub-assembly we made. Okay, there we go. That separates, then that guy. That separates. Then that engine, then the asparagus staging, and then that thing separates as we turn on our return engine. And this has got plenty of DV. And we want a different stage for that guy. Okay. All right, all that staging. Holy crap, that's 9,000 MS right now. Oh, wait, no, that's vacuum DV. Okay. All right. So now I got to get the DV to get us off of the planet. So I think this should be enough to transfer us to Duna and then Ike, of course. So now we just need to get off frickin' planet. So, new exit rocket. Wow, that says our DV is really low. 2785. Really? Oh, crap, because the staging is all wrong. Where did all this stuff go? They put a stage up here. Oh, God, it's all up here. Okay. Okay, so I need to move these guys all the way down to the bottom. and then the decoupling stage for my asparagus here is going to be these guys next. There. So those guys. Those guys. Why the hell is that in this stage? Why would you put that there? What is wrong with staging in this game? Isn't that a mod that we added that was supposed to be better staging or something? Put clamps. Pretty sure there's a smart staging mod too. Okay. I'll put it on my list. Smart staging. Yeah, we got to do struts. Let me get my staging fixed before I do struts here. Why does this say 83 ms? Probably because this stupid thing right here. Okay, so this needs to be to this decoupler. There. So there, then that. Okay. There, then that. Fairing. Why is there showing MS on this fairing? Is that a fairing? That's a fairing, right? Okay, and then this one's in the wrong place. This guy needs to be next to right after this one. Okay, okay. Alrighty. So those things all turn on. And that stuff all separates. What is this? What? Oh my god. Okay. I swear it keeps moving stuff every time I fix something. I swear it does. That engine, then decouple, then that engine. Couple that engine, okay, then asparagus, then asparagus. Okay, alright, alright. I think that's good. I think the staging is good. Yeah, I know. That's, what is it? How many stages do I have? 15 stages on this rocket. DV says 4,800. I feel like it should be way more than that. I feel like it should be way more than that. I might need to put bigger tanks on this thing like I did before. Let me actually do that, because with how tall this rocket is, I'll auto strut, but let me get bigger tanks on this. Because we're going to need more DV than that for how heavy this thing's going to be. So that is the... this guy? Nope, that's the smaller one. This guy, which size is it? 16. So it's the X200 32. That guy. Yes. So we'll do that. That. And actually there are nose cones that have fuel in them too for some extra DV. Yeah, I'll get some extra nose cones with a little extra DV there. There we go. And then put, you know what, let's just go all the way down here. Oh, that actually is not increasing our DV, so let's not do that. Aerodynamic. Is there a size for this? I sure wish I could find the sizes for nose cones better. That's not it either. I think I have to use an adapter for this size, don't I? Yeah. Okay. I guess we will do this guy. This guy. Okay, we're getting over the 5K DV by doing that, so that's good. And this guy, there it is. There we go. Okay. Referring to the mods, but it's applicable for staging too. Oh, the list's growing for the mods. Yes. For mods and the staging. Okay. Look at this. All right. Looks pretty good. Let me auto strut. Auto strut. Okay. Auto strut all this guy. I'm gonna do root part for these guys because the weight changes as they lose fuel and stuff. Okay. Okay. And I kind of wanted to save this, since we're going further and further out, I kind of want to save this as another sub-assembly. The gigantic exit rocket. Oh, do I have a decoupler here? I do, yes, okay. Is it in the right place? Yes, it is, okay. So this is going to be gigantic exit rocket. I swear I spend more time in the rocket planning than doing missions in this game. It's great. It's great and annoying at the same time. All right, let's do this. Let's see if we can get to Ike. Oh wait, I needed a scientist. Pilot, engineer. All my scientists are out doing jobs. I don't necessarily need a scientist, but I like having extra scientists so I can put them on science stations and stuff when we need to. And I'm not gonna put clamps, but I think you might have meant auto struts. So, all right. What's the stupidest scientist we can get? Wow, no stupid scientists here. Melgi, Valsby, and Sidgas. All right, Melgi, you're the least weird name, I guess. So there you go. Welcome aboard, Melgi. You are now officially a Kerbal scientist. And I think what I should do also is I might want to check my landing gear action group. There we go. Jebediah, Ledorf, Melgi. Double check staging. Okay. We'll do that. We'll do that and I'll double check. Whoa! My DV looks much higher than it was before. Okay, fairing, decoupler, nuclear transfer rocket, that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. So that's stage 6 we're at right now. Okay, so that guy. Then we decouple the side guys. Decouple that. Bring us home. Bring us home. Okay. Okay. I think we're good. Action group. Let's make sure our action groups look right. Okay. Okay. We did our robotic landing gear. Okay, I think we're good. I have a communitron for that guy. I got a satellite and solar panels. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I forgot. I got science on this to do the science. Let me check my missions. Orbital space rock just means EVA. We have accelerometer. Science data around Ike and then from Ike and plant a flag on Ike. Okay, let's give this a shot. 6,500 DV. Hopefully that's plenty. Actually, hopefully let's have a rocket launch that's semi-decent. And I have mech. I think this thing behind, well, it's actually behind the little thing for you is mech jeb. Okay, yes, that's mech jeb. Wow, there's a lot of stuff under mech jeb. I don't know what all that stuff is. Okay. Alrighty, let's give this a try. Okay, full throttle. This thing looks amazing. Let's hope it'll fly amazing. 3, 2, 1. Launch it. freaking loud. A little wobbly. I may have missed an auto strut somewhere. Whoa, that's a wobbling. It's a tall, skinny rocket, so I guess it's not too surprising it's wobbly. Oh my god. Wobble, wobble. Oh, let's see how sideways this is gonna go. Oh my god. Alright, we're gonna stage. What happens with the wobble? Stage. Okay, it's trying to turn on its side, I think. But if we're at 90 degrees, it's not actually that horrible. Okay. For how wobbly this is actually a pretty good launch. We'll see now that we're on fire. Last stage. Wobble, wobble, wobble. We're actually have a good apoapsis already. We're gonna let that kind of go. Okay. That might be the best wobble wobble launch I've ever had, actually. I added the cheddar. I did, Johnny. I added a bunch of those mods. I got MechJeb. It's hidden behind this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get solar panels going here. Apparently there's a thing on MechJeb to do all the solar panels, right? I don't know how to do that. Is there settings? I don't know. I'm gonna have to mess with MechJeb at some time to figure out how it actually works. All right, we're at 30 seconds to AP. We'll start accelerating. Okay. All right, we got ourselves that stuff. Quick save. How's our electric? Wow, our electric is going down like crazy. What's using all our power? I don't know if it's my landing gear stuff or what. You never used MechJeb, to be honest? Okay. I might have needed to get better solar panels. I might have a power issue. Okay. 30 seconds. All right, let's set to prograde. Might be MechJeb using the power. Yeah, you might be right. Maybe I need to deactivate it. Let's disable it for now. Okay. Z. Let's start going here. We're trying to circularize now. Okay. Still wobbling here. I was thinking about getting rid of my fairings, but I'm a little worried with how wobbly they are if throwing fairings off is a good idea. Where do I need an auto strut to stop this wobble? Because this is some crazy wobbling. All right, we've already passed our apoapsis, so we need to stay in the blue. I think our launch might be kind of wrecked now, but we'll see. Well, periapsis is kind of doing its thing. Oh Jesus, that is so wobbly. MechJeb uses very little. One panel's enough. Okay, so it shouldn't be MechJeb then. Jeez. Between the two stages, so somewhere in here is where it needs this strut, it looks like. Again, as wobbly as this is, oh God. Still might actually be able to make this work, maybe. We're in our transfer stage already, so we're not fully circularized, so I might need to revert here. Trying to get our periapsis over 70. Probes, reaction wheels, SAS, or the legs are likely culprits for the power use. Okay. Periapsis is going up very slowly. I lost a lot of speed with the wobble wobbles, yeah. Wobble wobble. But again, with how much DV we have and then how efficient or how much ISP the atomic reactor has, we might be okay here. We're getting our periapsis high enough that I think we might be able to make this still work. Possibly. If I can get to Duna with what we have on in this thing, we might be fine. Yeah, the wobble wobbles caused a lot of issues. The wobble wobble wobble. Do you have a rover on board? Then it would be the wheels of the rover which can be fixed putting on the brakes. No, I don't have a rover on board, no. But we did make our own landing gear. And the landing gear is using pistons and hinges. And that might be using a lot of our stuff. Let me get over 70K, please. Like almost there. I don't know if I'm just wasting DV trying to get to 70K here. Or 67 is enough. 70K is like the border of the atmosphere, right? Let me deploy this thing. Hopefully this will lose us some weight. I can get some more solar panels up. Yeah, I just don't know if we're gonna get to 70K here. And I'm using all this DV to do it. So we're gonna, I think we might skim the atmosphere here. This is a cool looking rocket, by the way. But the wobble wobble on our initial thing kind of screwed us up here. If we can get past our periapsis and just burn for a little bit the apoapsis to fix our periapsis, I think we'll be okay. Or, you know what, if with a closer periapsis, let me see here. As long as we don't burn anything up at 68K, I think we can make this work. As long as nothing's exploding, I think we might be able to make this work. We're like kind of right on the edge. We're losing altitude. We are a little bit, you're right. But I can burn for a very small amount of the apoapsis to get our periapsis fixed, I think. So let's actually do that. Let's, I think MechJeb, something's giving us this. 68K should not burn anything. Where's my ship headed to? Ike, the moon of Duna. So that's where we're currently headed. So let's just fix our periapsis by burning up prograde for a little bit at the apoapsis, and then we'll decide if we need to do a relaunch here. Wow, that was pretty nice there. Okay, so Z. Okay, let's wait till we're at the prograde here. Come on, turn it. And there we go. We are over 70K. Okay, that used very little DV. So now we should be in a stable orbit that we won't lose any altitude or whatever. So now we need to see, I have 541 DV with this nuclear engine. Is that plus the 325 going to be enough to get us to Ike and in the orbit we need to be? I'm not sure. I feel like this should be more DV in this thing because the nuclear engines are good, but I guess maybe that DV will go a longer way. I don't know. Okay. So Duna is way the hell over there. So I probably, let me do a quick save and let's pass some time so I can figure out when we're going to have a good approach here. Oh man, are we going to... Apparently I'm not in a good... Oh, I need to get in solar orbit. What am I talking about? I just need to get in the solar... I need to get an escape. I need to get out of our own... yeah, I got to use some DV to get out of our own... out of Kerbal's orbit first. Totally forgot about that. How much DV is it going to cost me to do that? I might need to redo this. Oh, there's that precise node thing. How the hell do I use this? Okay. Excuse me. Oh man, it's using up most of my nuke. Oh, it's using more than my nuke just to get us out of Kerbin's orbit. Man, is my rocket just terrible? Yeah, I put liquid fuel tanks only on the nuclear stage. Yes, Naboo. I might need to change which tanks I use though. Because that's using my entire transfer stage just to get... Okay. That launch was not good. Let me go back to vehicle assembly. I feel like for my transfer stage, I need different fuel tanks for this. Thank you, Johnny. Because we're using this little setup, which I feel like is good for the return rocket. Because there's so much less weight. I think I need more fuel for this thing. Yeah, let's auto strut. There's somewhere in here. I think where our auto strut was having issues. Secret follow, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Try the MechJeb assist. You may as well see how cheaty it is now that you have it. I don't know how to use it though. Deselect the changes. Every plus button will apply. Okay. So like there is, in this little assembly, there's 1,600 liquid fuel in there. Could I, in a similar size, get more liquid fuel in there? With some different tanks. You can have MechJeb just put you into orbit. And auto stage for you, really? I have 6,500 DV. I feel like that should be just plenty. I think my launch that was so wobbly might have been my main issue. I feel like if my launch is just better, I won't have to worry about running out of fuel. Do I have a better liquid fuel fuselage? Mark 1, that's what I'm using, which has 400. Is there anything that carries just liquid fuel that carries 400, more than 400? Looks like I would have to use a different thing, I think. Just turn on auto assist, hit engage, and auto guidance, hit space to watch it fly. Okay. Okay, I guess I'll try that. Let's see. Now that I have MechJeb, let's give it a try. Let's let MechJeb fly this one for us for once and see what happens. I've never actually done this before. It's got lots of buttons, but its default settings normally work. Okay. So MechJeb, what am I looking for? Smart ass, is that what it is? So if I turn that on, okay. Kill, rotation mode, surf. Okay, how do I do this? You've had it crash some rockets. They have to be really bizarre. Okay. So you guys are going to have to tell me how to use this because I've never used this before. Mode surface. Target. Oh, wow. Will it even, like, dock with a target for you? It's a scent guidance that you want. Okay. Scent guidance. Okay, so it's not this guy then. So if I just engage autopilot, is this what it'll do? I have no idea. Okay. Quick save. Engage autopilot. Okay. It's not doing anything. Do I need to tell it what to do? Orbit, altitude. You need to hit space once to start the launch. Okay. Tilitus thinker with follow. All right. 3, 2, 1. Mech jet. I'm not touching anything. Let's see what it does. Hey, it's not a wobbling. That's a good sign. Well, it's not turning either. Oh my gosh. This is way better than me. It's found on YouTube thanks to the algorithm that showed me your FTL videos, and I love that in KSP. Hope you're a permanent viewer. Nice, you can follow. Well, welcome to the live stream. I hope you are a permanent viewer. Oh, I need to turn on the SAS? Apparently MechJeb doesn't want SAS. I turn it on and it immediately turns off. Okay. Wow, it even did the asparagus staging. Okay. Okay. I'm curious how much fuel we'll have left. I want to see how he does this. So he's not turning it off, the engine off after he gets the apoapsis. Ascent guidance does all the stuff. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's because the apoapsis is set at 100, or the orbit altitude is at 100. So that's why I turned that off, I guess. So I'm curious how MechJeb is going to circularize us here. Very curious when he's going to start his thing here. Wow, even does the fairing staging for us. That was... Wow. MechJeb is better at this game than I am. Why is MechJeb better at this game than me? Oh my god. I might just have to use MechJeb for all of my launches, because that is so freaking insane. I feel like I've done enough launches that I might be fine with letting MechJeb do the launches now, because that's, I feel like, where we waste more of our stuff. It really is like cheating. It is. It is. It definitely feels like cheating. Like, he's not even using frickin' SAS right now. Oh, did he set a... He even set a maneuver for circularizing. Using 1300. Okay. So it looks like MechJeb uses maneuvers. It does save so much time. And that's kind of the reason I think I might need to start using it, is I use so much time on bad launches that using MechJeb just to get my launch as efficient as possible is probably going to save me a lot of stream time. Watching MechJeb fly taught you a lot of good tricks, yeah. Okay, and so he's going to start his burn in 6 seconds, so that's around 15 seconds time to apoapsis. He's going to start his burn here. Can't imagine how smart you'd have to be to create a program that does all this for you, let alone how to launch properly. No kidding, man. He's not doing the node burn. I didn't mess up MechJeb, did I? He didn't burn this node. Is MechJeb not doing stuff? Autopilot's still engaged. I'm a little worried about MechJeb right now. He's not doing anything. You made a you made a maneuver and you're not applying the maneuver. Can I speed up time with MechJeb? Do you think it might have failed? Okay. All right. Well, disengage. I guess I will try to get us circularized here. Try turning the S on it as he'll turn it off. Now, I'll just do the rest of this, I guess. If nothing else, he had a really amazing launch. Like, just how perfectly angled it was really good. You've had it fail like that from time to time? Okay. Well, as you say, Secret Foley, you don't know how smart somebody would be to make something like that work. Well, it doesn't look like it always works, but this is still a better launch than mine. Well, is it a better launch is the question. Because we still use all of our launch stage. And I don't know that our transfer stage is going to be enough to get us to Duna, man. I've been spoiled by MechJeb. Well, MechJeb failed, so I don't know how spoiled I am yet. I almost want to revert again to do the maneuver that he sets if he's gonna not do the maneuver. Because this is now not feeling that much better than my launch that I did. Normally when MechJeb sets a node, it rotates the ship, then warps to the node. Ah, okay. Yeah, he definitely didn't do that. Yeah, we are now at our periapsis and going down. So, okay. Revert to launch. Let's try this one again. Let's give MechJeb one more try. I wonder if me going into the map messed it up, because when I went to map to see that he put a node, I wonder if that screwed up MechJeb or something. Is there RCS on the craft? Maybe it didn't work because it couldn't move the ship onto target. There is no RCS. You think no RCS would actually screw it up? Turn on SAS. Turn on autopilot. I'm just going to let it go this time. Yeah, when I try to turn on SAS, it doesn't work. So, okay. Let's give MechJeb one more try here. But yeah, I actually don't have any RCS on this ship. Because I don't have to do any docking. Maybe I should have put some RCS on it. The ship has RCS? Oh my gosh. Zarvox Toro with 89 viewer host. What the hell? Am I getting rated? The Mark III module has some RCS? Okay. So I should have a little bit of RCS. Oh my god. Zarvox, thanks for the raid. Raid is I'm cheating and using MechJeb for the first time. The raid is real. Oh my god. Welcome, raiders. Welcome to my noobness. Noobness trying out MechJeb for the first time as we're trying to get to Duna and Ike right now. Welcome, my friends. Holy crap. It's crazy. And I'm getting blown away by how good MechJeb is. Just raging about how MechJeb's a better pilot than me. Why is MechJeb so good at this game? Wow. Okay, all right, let's see. Okay, now he's... Okay, this time he is actually... I believe he created a maneuver. No, he hasn't created a maneuver, but he is speeding up time. Look at the bottom of the MechJeb window. There's an option for auto extend solar panel. Oh, yes. It's actually on, but it's not doing it. Maybe he chooses when to do that. Maybe you have to hit a certain amount of electricity before he extends them. Or maybe he waits till you get in orbit to do it. Because auto warp. Alright, so now he's got a node. I need to see... Okay. If he doesn't do this node, I'm going to take over from MechJeb here. We raid, we derp, but mostly we love. Well, we attack, we protect, but mostly we flack over here. Since my FTL first love is flacking people, so... Welcome, my friends. Thank you so much for the raid, Zarvox. I really appreciate that. You think the RCS turning on helped? It's already on, so... FTL is awesome. It is my main game that I stream, actually. Secretly, Chair is MechJeb. Chair! Gotta just turn it over to Chair every time. Alright, we got to see if he does this burn when this maneuver happens. If not, we're taking over. And Salt. Well, yes. FTL and kind of go together. Okay. 1380 DV. He actually is going to use up all of my stuff to get in orbit, so... Again, this is not looking like it's that much better than my launch. Okay, he didn't do it. I think he's broken. I think MechJeb is broken, man. I don't know why he's broken, but he seems broken. I might need to do an update to MechJeb or something. I mean, I just clicked it in CCAN. I didn't actually... There were a couple mods that said they needed updates. One of them was Precision Mode or Precision Mod or whatever that's called. Precision Node, I think it is. You don't think it can rotate the ship fast enough? So that's why I think it was broken. It didn't get to the maneuver node in time because no RCS. Maybe you're right. My insomnia is a bit bad at the moment, but seeing doctor tomorrow, so it's okay. Oh man, you gotta go to the doctor for your insomnia, huh? So I think I need to get the RCS to fix it, huh? Okay. Okay, there we go. We are in orbit. MechJeb definitely helped us out. I have a little bit left in our tank here, but we are in orbit. And a couple of RCS thrusters on the base of the launch stage. Down here. Okay. Slow rotation on MechJeb is something you've noticed too. There's a... Yeah, I don't know what it is. Okay, let's close MechJeb. He got us into orbit much more efficiently than I was able to do. Let's see if we can get into a solar orbit with our transfer stage not being completely used up. So I believe the best place to do that is at periapsis, right? If we do a maneuver at periapsis, trying to get into a solar, get into our Kerbal escape or whatever. Precise node that I haven't used yet. Man, that's using all of our transfer stage right there. Oh crap, we're hitting... I don't want to hit moon. Oh, we're running into the frickin' moon. Extra MechJeb window for smart RCS. I think it makes Jeb use more RCS when it thinks it needs to. Okay. I feel like I might just... What the hell? Why is this following the moon around? There. Okay. Yeah, this is using up all of my transfer stage just to get our Kerbin escape. How did I think that my transfer stage was going to do more? So 886 dV to get us into our solar orbit. And that uses all of our nuclear or our atomic thing here. And then we only have like 322 left to get. Apparently I need an orbit stage and I need a exit stage. Am I crazy that I feel like I'm using more DV than I should? I feel like more of my DV is up here. I feel like the DV that I have listed is misleading. Because getting away from Kerbin is costing way more than I thought it should. Doesn't the value increase when you ditch the stages? Maybe it will. Maybe when I ditch this, I'll have more DV. Let's try this escape. See what our DV looks like as we try to do it. My transfer stage is rather low. It's the same as my return stage, but I think you might be right because there's so much more weight when we're using it. But we'll give it a try. We're going to just do this because we have all this extra weight on us when it's calculating this DV right now. Maybe that's what it's... It takes into account the stage ditching. Okay. I think I might have to go back and add one more stage before my transfer stage and have that be my, like, Kerbin exit stage or something like that. Maybe I can put another radial decoupler. That's our Kerbin exit stage. I also feel like this is like only the second launch I've done with the nuclear, atomic, rocket, whatever. I feel like it's good for transfer, but it's not actually good for Kerbin escape. So maybe I need a different rocket for that. Okay, my RCS is like not doing anything. So yeah, I'm not able to actually go towards my maneuver node here. I probably need to go back and add RCS too. You think just double up the fuel on the transfer stage? Like make maybe another double stack of this? Maybe we can do that. I'm gonna like go up a little bit so that you can actually turn towards the maneuver. I'm still gonna do this maneuver because I want to see. Well, is this really the maneuver right here? Okay. Are you going? Why am I not? Oh, I'm out of fuel. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to revert. Whoa, my those guys did stuff. Crap. Okay, something's happening here. My landing gear keep engaging. What is happening with my landing gear? Damn it, I think I need to not have my robotic landing gear that I made. And with no RCS, I'm not able to... I think my landing gear is... Oh, God. Am I out of electricity? Is that what's happening? I think I'm running out of electricity, and so the motors are not staying engaged. I've tried using the maneuver planner from MechJeb. No. No. Okay, we need to... My solar panels weren't deployed because I was waiting for Jeb to do them. All right, we got to do some changes here. Oh, my God. Let's add some extra solar panels. We're having some power issues right now, too. So, how can I add extra fuel to this without messing up my fairing? I kind of don't want to change this. But maybe I should. Okay, let me see here. So if I do... Yeah, I need to get rid of the fairing. Because I'm going to have to redo the fairing if I'm going to add more fuel to this stage. Okay. So if I double up this fuel... what are these fuel tanks? These are the Mark 1 liquid fuel fuselages. These guys. Hold on. Okay. With such a large upper stage, such a low thrust of the nuke, possibly adding a second engine and doubling up on fuel might help. I was thinking, do you think having more nuclear engines would be worth, or having a separate stage from this? Because I know I do have a large upper stage, but apparently people were saying that the atomic rocket is good for moving large stages. I almost think I want to do something separate from this stage to be my Kerbin exit, and then I swap to my nuclear stage to transfer us. Maneuver planner can make interplanetary transfer so easy and optimal. I don't want to make. I don't want MechJeb flying everything for me. I'll be honest. I don't want MechJeb doing everything for me. I kind of want to do a separate thing that's like my Kerbin escape. Where am I going? To Duna. To actually to whatchamacallit, Ike. I got a bunch of missions at Ike. So if I just put back on what I had here and then added a side stage, maybe even a another asparagus staged quad thing that gets us out of Kerbin. So it's basically an extra transfer stage. I think I kind of want to do something like that. So I need a decoupler and then a fairing. Fairings always blow my mind why they sometimes won't work and sometimes will work. Okay. Nuclear engines are just incredibly efficient. Do you drain all the oxidizer from your nuclear stage? There is no oxidizer in my nuclear stage. I'm using 4 Mark 1 liquid fuel fuselages that only have liquid fuel in them. Never understood the advantage of nuclear engines? Yeah, they're really efficient. So where could I attach an extra? I kind of want to do like a radial stage up here. And maybe I actually do put... Oh, I can't put that on that part. Can I put it on the... No. I don't really have a great place to put this. If I did something like 4 of these guys. No, I want to rotate this, right? No, that's not what I want to do. I want to actually move it so it's not going through this thing. Above the fairing, I can't put it there. This is an engine. I mean, I guess I could manually do it. I could do it like this. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Like, force it there. Okay. Very low TWR, but they'll run much longer on the same level of fuel, yeah. Extra nuclear engines would seriously lower DV because they're so heavy. Well, what if I asparagus fuel fuselages that feed this thing as a different stage? Would that be worth doing? Basically, give it an extra stage that's just feeding more fuel that I can stage to increase our DVR for our transfer stage. Like if I asparagus these guys and had them feeding to this fuel tanks, that way we don't actually add nuclear engines, we just add fuel for those nuclear engines. That might help us, maybe. Use the 30 engine. What? I don't know what that... I have no idea what you're saying. Do not know what you just said. Let me see what this does to my DV if I do some more staging goofiness here. So now I would remove these guys from symmetry. Got some more Got to do some more finagling on this stuff, but okay. One potential option is to launch nuclear engines separately attached in space. I don't want to do multiple launches for this. That is definitely not what I want to do for this. Okay. All right. So I don't mind adding extra asparagus, but I don't like assembling things in space and like redoing them. I just don't like to do that. Okay. Actually, you know what I haven't done before is onion staging. I remember reading about that, but I don't actually know how it works. So we'll just do asparagus since I know how that works. Okay. All right, it's a little funky because we're feeding 2 of these guys instead of all 4 of the middle guys, but I feel like this would work. So where are the decouplers I just added? Okay, they're here. So, oh, that actually kind of put those close to the right place too. So if I have this engine going before that, then we're going to decouple this guy and this guy. So that's this guy, this guy. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Engine should be before that. 132 DV, 129, 148. I mean, I'm splitting it up. Is that any better? 63.99. I don't know that that's actually adding any DV. Keep making these more and more complex setups, and it doesn't seem to add any DV for me. I feel like I just want a separate stage that I can use before we use the nuke thing. I don't know if I'm just doing my exit thing wrong that we're not getting out for our launch or what. Why is the DV? Okay, let me change this to vacuum. Maybe that'll help me. Okay, 571, 556, 640, 322. There's like hardly any DV in this thing, too. I probably should add another tank there. Probably add more weight without adding more rockets. You're just adding more weight to move with no extra power to move it. Well, let's see. Whoa, look at my DV. Okay, I was going to say, shut up, but that's because I'm in vacuum. I mean, if instead of asparagusing these, if I actually put rockets on them, now you can slingshot around the moon to gain a bit more DV. You'll move further, just slower. Okay. I've never done a slingshot thing, and I don't know exactly. Do you go behind the moon to slingshot you some? I think when you add tanks at the side after the engine's already on, sometimes you need to take the engine off and reapply to make the game recognize the additional fuel. Really? You think so? Let's see here. Let me save 63.99. I'm going to click it and then put it back on. Okay, it didn't really change anything. It went down by 1. And hopefully my staging didn't get all screwed up by doing that. My staging did get screwed up by doing that. Damn it. Did it? Yes, it did. I think. 6388. So one expensive rocket. Yeah, most of my rockets are really expensive because I make them really complicated. Try to MechJeb Delta V info. Think it includes atmosphere and vacuum. I mean, I have this thing. All stages. It's just so many numbers. Kerbal Engineer Redux. I don't even want to try to read all that stuff. Just go back, make it smaller, please. Go away. Okay. All right, let me just check my stages. I'm gonna try maybe if I can just mech jeb it more. Make sure my stages are all correct here. Rocket. Stage those as they empty. Stage those as they empty. Stage that guy. Stage that guy. Although I didn't change much except add a little extra fuel. Okay, guys, I haven't taken a break. It's been like a little over 3 hours. Let me stand up, or a little over 2 hours. Let me use the restroom real quick. Thank you all so much for watching. Send anybody to the stream, please hit the follow. Hope you're enjoying the Kerbal Space Program. Let's put it on the launch pad. We'll give this another try. See if we have any better luck this time. Maybe I can have MechJeb do my transfer for me too. But when I come back, we'll try this again, guys. I didn't put RCS thrusters on this thing. I just realized. RCS. If I want MechJeb to keep working, I think I need RCS on here. Okay. Alright, and you guys had said put RCS at the bottom of the launch stage, right? So if I just put RCS on this guy, will that be all I need? Command and control. Do I need mono propellant? How much mono propellant comes with these guys? These come with any mono propellant? I probably need to put a mono propellant tank on here. Okay. I'm not going to use it that much. So maybe this smaller guy. If I do like 4 of these guys. Actually, I'll put them here. Kind of behind these rockets. Maybe that will make it kind of aerodynamic. Okay. You only your command mod has monopropellant? Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Alright, save. Let's see if MechJeb can launch us even better with some RCS. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to rethink my transfer stage, I think. As far away from the center mass is for the best effect. My center of mass should be pretty high on this, but I'm just going to kind of let it do that. Hope it works. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Where is this? Ascent guidance. Gauge autopilot. I.e. the end of the rocket, not the middle. Oh, so I should have put even further down? Well, I'll see how it does. Turn RCS on. 3, 2, 1, liftoff. That's right, 3, 2, 1, please work. AJ is back on the phone. What's up, Aaron Johnson? Aaron Jason? All right. Let's see how well this works. Come on, MechJeb. Save me. Save me, my friend. I mean, I didn't do much to help our DV for the transfer stage. I just added some, like 8 fuel tanks, which I feel like seems like a lot, but I feel like we were really short on DV for getting to Ike. Hey, what's up, Saucer? How you doing, man? Your power's out for 2 hours? That sucks, man. Sorry to hear that. Oh, he's a wobbling. Why are you wobbling now? I guess I didn't strut this stuff. Wasn't too bad of a wobble. It's all good now? Well, that's good to hear. 2 hours out power. How have you survived? When I try to turn on SAS, MechJeb turns it off, man. I would love to use SAS, but MechJeb keeps turning it off. So, this is my first time to use MechJeb. Well, the 3rd time now. So I don't know why he's turning it off. I got MechJeb. I'm trying it. His launches are good, but he hasn't been doing this second... He hasn't been doing this orbital circularization maneuver he keeps planning for whatever reason. His ascent profile MechJeb seems pretty inefficient. Should be shallower. Yeah. I feel like the one he did on the previous launches was actually better. Make sure it's not warping. What do you mean? He has been warping. He's supposed to warp to whatever. I'm actually to deploy my stuff here so that we don't run out. He's not deploying. I feel like I might need to make some adjustments to MechJeb because it doesn't seem like he's doing some of the stuff he's supposed to be doing. Better set that to gravity turn. Okay, hey, he's doing this time. He didn't do this this maneuver last time. Oh my god, we're wobbling. Use the mod gravity turn continued for your ascents. Okay. RCS has been on this whole time, Panboy. Okay. Man, the only reason I feel like for this wobble is I added these things right here, these tanks. I know, wobble, man. So much wobbling today. I didn't auto-strut these guys. Maybe those not being auto-strutted is causing everything up here to wobble for some reason. I feel like I have a lot more DV now, though. It seems like more DV to me. What's the mission? We got a bunch of missions over at Ike. We actually are going to try to land on Ike. And we have some interesting new landing gear we've set up. Speaking of, they use a lot of power, and our electric's not looking amazing. I'm going to deploy our... You know what? I think I might need to add more solar panels, too, to this thing. I wonder if I need to lock them, too. If I need to lock my landing gear, because they might be using power, having their motors engaged or something. Can I lock this? Whoa. I'm trying to lock it. Nothing's happening. Click the utilities option in MechJeb. Auto deploy solar panels. There we go. I saw that here and I don't know why it wasn't working. Okay. Alright, so those are deployed. Electric limit low 5%, high 15. Okay. 100 something more dV to get us in orbit, but then we got to get escape and all that. Fairings were a little bit unstable. You think that was our issue with our wobbling? Well, we weren't wobbling on the previous attempt, and the fairings were in place, but you could be right. I think there's slightly... These guys were slightly clipping through, which might have been causing something. Editor extensions Redux mod I mentioned allows you to toggle auto shredding for the entire ship. Ah, okay. See, my electric is still going down. I think I need more solar panels. You wonder how much DV MechJeb used for that ascent? I don't know. Again, it's a little wobbly. What can I turn off? That can let me not use so much electricity. I feel like my self-made gear, landing gear, is like really eating up my electricity. I think the reaction wheels is causing it. I only have... Do I have 2 or 1? I think I only have 2. I think I only have 1 reaction wheel. I think it's the landing gear myself. Because the 2 hinges seem to be like, I want to lock them, but I can't. I have 2 reaction wheels, do I? Do I have another one up here? I don't know where the other one is if I do have 2. RCS are only running when you're actually turning the ship. Power's draining constantly. I'm surprised you're losing power with the engine at full thrust as an alternator. I think it's the landing gear. I think I may need to get rid of these robotic landing gear I made. I think they're draining all my power. Disengage the motors. I'm afraid if I do that, they're going to start wobbling. Disengage. Oh. Are they all connected? So is that... Okay. Yeah, my power's going up. I told you it was my motors. Do the same thing here and disengage all these guys. Yeah, now my power's flying up. Why did he just... Oh my god. He just undeployed those. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I shouldn't have disengaged these guys. Okay. Okay, just those top ones I could disengage. I'm in atmosphere. So... the nuclear engine couldn't get us... Couldn't complete the circularized orbit maneuver. MechJeb, stop it. Do they need to be locked to disengage? I can't lock them. It won't let me lock them. Now it's letting me lock them. I don't know. I think I'm going to replace these landing gear. I'm going to add more... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, well, I'm going to reset. I feel like having this nuclear engine as my second stage is not strong enough. Yeah, the nuclear engine can't change speed fast enough. I feel like I actually need multiple nuclear engines, honestly, because we just don't have enough power. They're only good for interplanetary transfers. Well, that's why I was hoping that this whole setup could get me into orbit, and it's just not quite doing it. I feel like I need another stage and need to get rid of these guys. Oh my god. The more complex I made my builds, the more they fail, it seems like. Alright, I think I need to get rid of these landing gear, honestly. They're just using up power and adding a ton of weight. As fun as it was to design them, I'm just going to change out these landing gear. Sorry, Johnny. Sorry, I know. I know. I was excited about using them too. But we're just going to use... What the hell? Oh my... Control Z. Please fix it. Control Z. Thank you. Jesus, this game. There are 4 things on here. Why are you doing 3 as synergy? What the hell? So apparently there's some synergy issue going on here. Weird synergy going on here. So I just manually do a couple of these. Okay. The answer is always more rockets. Well, I think I want to do what I originally wanted to do was I might leave this on, but add a stage before this laterally that is a finish getting us into orbit, start and getting us to a curb and escape stage is what I want to do. That's what I think I want to do. Okay. Then to consider those medium landing gear can take a lot more punishment. You'll sometimes use them to land. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep these. These I think are fine for helping us have more of a transfer stage. I feel like this should be plenty for a transfer stage, but instead of the side gear, medium landing gear can take a lot more punishment. What are you talking about? I have landing gear on the side. I don't know what you're talking about. An electronic stage. What's electronic stage? Let me actually change out these solar panels. We have really crappy solar panels on here anyway. Solar panels. If I put the better solar panels on there, that should help with our electric as well. That should be more than enough. Let's see if that's going to clip anywhere. It will, but those will get staged eventually anyway. So the side gear, I'm using the medium plane wheels. Plane wheels? I've never used plane wheels to land with before. A solar panel stage. A stage that just has solar panels on it. Okay. What would I put that on? Like a fuel thing or what? I would probably want it to be attached to... Oh, where would I even put it? So I have some solar panels in this thing. Yeah, I was actually thinking of adding more fuel here. Maybe I could add more fuel here, and that would be my solar panel stage. Actually, I want to just change the size of that thing, but I have to swap everything out, so I'm just not going to do that. So I'm just going to put one extra small fuel thing. This guy. Yes, there. No, not that one. The bigger one. That guy. And that'll be my solar panel stage right there. You have to go. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, Johnny. I mean, Aaron. People with real names. Not used to it. The more I play this game, the more it lags me. Okay. This will make my first stage even weaker. I know. I know. I wanna add something somewhere here. I want to give another stage. That's gonna. I think I want a stage before my nuclear stage, and I think I want it to not be a nuclear, an atomic rocket, and it's gonna be for finishing the circularization and getting us out away from Kerbal. Got to convert the whole thing to run on diesel. So, how do I do this? I basically want to put something in between here that's going to be completing our circularization and getting us away from Kerbin. What is a good rocket for that? Maybe one of these new rockets I have. Maybe it's time to replace the boosters with the bigger engines you have as your main instead of those fuel tank combo rockets. What boosters would you replace these with? What's the largest single core stage I can build? What's a single core stage? I thought my Mammoth was my best launching rocket. Are you guys talking about changing this guy? More solid fuel boosters on the first stage. Largest single core stage, i.e. no boosters. Methane is the new fad on rocket fuels, you hear. Okay, I think you're asking about what engines I got. I got Mammoth. Kodiak is new to me. Skiff, Bobcat, Cheetah, that's a new one for me. Rhino, Terrier, that's old. Mastodon, that's a new one for me. Let's see. This got 295 ISP in ASL. Is there something better with better ISP in atmosphere? 295, 285, 285, 265, 290, 295. This thing is really annoying. 290. It seems like the Mammoth is the best one I have for launching me. Should I use multiple Mammoths? Use 5 Mammoth engines instead of the 1 Mammoth and the 4 other ones? Okay. I'd have to redo all this stuff, but you're saying have my boosters have Mammoths on them, basically. Hey, what's up, Abel Fezzle? So I have to redo all of my staging and stuff here. Oh god, that'll be pain. But if you think that will give me the boost I need for the bottom end, look at the stats of the twin bore. They're pretty terrible. ASL 280. Doesn't seem that bad. 280 compared to 295. Is there efficiency that they have an issue with or something? 2K of thrust compared to 4K of thrust. Oh, okay, so they have half the thrust. Okay. Okay. Oh, man. All right. So I'd have to redo all this staging if I want to do that. The Mammoth is just so huge. I guess we're making a giant rocket here. All right, let me save and let's try to mess with this, I guess. All right. Let's try to add some Mammoths on here. Alrighty, so I would need big, gigantic fuel tanks for these guys. Is it these guys? It's these guys. Oh my god, this is gonna be so huge. Why the hell did you do that? Apparently I have to not have these. Am I new? You're new to my stream. Am I new to Kerbal, are you asking? Kind of. I've been playing for a month or two now. Man, getting these to line up. You can add 2 more to your asparagus. I don't know what you were saying, Saucer. Were you saying add stuff to the top of my asparagus stuff? I want these guys to all line up. Okay, and they're not lining up at all. Anonymous cheer with the 2 bits. Thank you so much for the random anonymous cheer. Okay. Instead of 4 boosters, do 6. Oh, 6 of what we had. Well, I've already started this. Let's see what kind of build we can get here. Frickin' thought my rocket was expensive before. Wait till you get a load of this. Okay, 4 frickin' mammoths. Let's do 5 frickin' mammoths. Wait till they get a load of me. If you hold Alt when you click and copy, yeah, I know. I don't think we have a thrust issue. Launches are fast enough, but I trust Susser's judgment better than mine. Okay. My DV is definitely not going up, but let me add some aerodynamics and then see if we need to add more fuel tanks. I don't know, man. All right, so it's the tail fins that we want, I think, for this. Okay. I don't like that at all. Let's do 1 there. And then 2 there. The 2 go on the opposite sides there. Okay, good. Alt. 2 there. Alt. 1 there. We got tons of Delta V and thrust, but it'll allow us to burn lower thrust and lower atmosphere and leave more of the tank to circularize. Okay. Well, I hope so. If I'm going to have Mech Jeb do it, that's what I hope he does. Will Mech Jeb do that, or am I going to need to do it myself? Yeah, the more parts I add, the more my game lags all to hell. TWR is 1.5, so you should be perfectly fine. Okay. Okay. My Delta V is so much lower right now. I almost wonder if I should add another tank to this, or if I just... actually, there's... we could do those nose cones that are also tanks. This guy? Yeah, we could do like these guys. Then put a nose cone on this and see what that looks like. You'd only add fins to if the gimbals don't cope, else you're just adding weight. Really? I guess I've never used 5 mammoths before, so maybe I don't need the tail fins. More tanks have diminishing turn. Make sure to asparagus before you calculate your DV. Oh, that's true. I haven't asparagus yet. So, okay. All right. Let's asparagus these guys. You to you. Nothing else I'm getting. Oh, what the hell? God damn this game, man. Seriously. It's like I click, it lags, and then the click goes somewhere else, and my entire whatever it's doing just goes all to hell. Freaking annoying as crap, man. I mean, you guys see how much this is lagging my game. I don't know why I get so much lag in this game. Casbah, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. It's like every 3 seconds I get a big lag spike of like a second or more. Control Z, I know. Okay, alright, so I need to now figure out my asparagus. And I'm going to need to put Separatrons on these guys for sure. Okay. At least I think I do. Okay, I need to, what is it, R to remove or make symmetry mirror, is that right? Yeah, that's what I want to do. You came from YouTube, saw your follow graphic, so I came here to follow. Nice, Casboth. Well, welcome from the YouTube. We are playing some Kerbal Space Program today. And I am having one of my worst days for actually getting a mission to happen. Do I have to press R every frickin' time I place this thing? What the hell? Where did you go? Okay, that one went right. I don't understand this game. Why are you putting these on this part of the rocket? Why are you doing this? You have to frickin' rotate. Nope, you're not mirrored anymore. Every time I place this, it changes the setup. It's frustrating as hell to me that I had to deal with this every frickin' time I set this up. This is why I hate adding new boosters every time, because I got to do this crap every single time and deal with a crappy UI that is so frustrating to deal with. Let's go down here. Frickin' Kerbal Space Program, man. Let me guess, there's a mod for that. Sound aggravated. Haven't played Kerbal Space Program in years. It's not aggravated. It's more like just frustration with the UI and lagging and not having success with what I'm trying to do. Can you make everything to a booster then copy the booster? Yeah, I should have done it that way. I wish you could just do 4 at a time and then remove from symmetry, but when I try to do that, things start getting all crappy and stuff. Okay. All right, so I need... Okay, those guys are all good, so I need to get my stages next. So, you should be in that stage. So they're all going to burn there. So when that guy goes first, I need these guys to go. And these guys to go. Okay, is that right? Okay, that's right. Next is those guys, which needs basically all the Separatrons. Next group of Separatrons there. There. Okay. No mod for that, and typically I do 1 booster, then change the symmetry to 2, then copy them, go get a 3, and then 4 when you know you got it right. Yeah. I just got to get used to the workarounds that you have to do in Kerbal for that. All right, my DV is lower than it was. It was like 6,300. But we got more thrust, I guess. Do you think I should try removing the fins to give us less weight? Or just give this a try. I don't know this. Everything I'm doing just feels like I'm going sideways, not actually improving my rocket's ability to get to Duna. Like, I don't know why I've been having such a hard time getting to Duna the last couple streams. Okay, I need to auto strut too. I need to get the mod that auto struts everything too. Auto strut. Auto strut. Auto strut. Need to auto strut these guys. Okay, those guys are at least all together. Total delta V should be similar. You've got 14k delta V. Okay, I guess you're looking at that. All right, all right. So let's do mech jeb and see if we have more to get our circularized. Auto strut my mammoths. Did I not do that? They're not already apart. I guess they weren't. Check the middle guy. All right, hopefully I got everything. Oh. Yeah, I definitely need that auto strut mod too. God, there's so many mods that you need just for quality of life. Okay, all right. Let's see, man. Let's go for it. Auto strut my fairings. Too late. I already hit launch. Jesus. Too late, man. Too late.